Hello, everybody.
Wish I could remember every second we had. I know I tried to count them all one by one. But you don't get them back, you don't get them back. Take every memory we've ever had. Oh, I wanna live them all one by one. And I swear that I'm not gonna lose you now. I'll keep you in my life somehow. And even when the lights go
I hope everyone is doing good today. Oops, I got to mute that. Good morning, Donna. How are you doing, Donna? I'm surprised Willa's not in here.
She'll probably show up later.
Yeah.
I know she's been under the weather.
Yeah, poor thing.
It's I don't know how it is where she is exactly, but parts of this area of the coast is just cold and like gloomy and rainy, so it's probably a good day to sleep in a little bit if you can.
Hello, lady. How are you? I'm doing well, Donna. Thank you for asking. Yeah. I gotta move out. This house too much stuff. Why do you have to move out, Donna?
Only 2 months? That's not long right now with the way things are. That's not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. How come you have to move out, Donna? Oh. So, this house won't pass inspection. Electrical. We got new laws, so. Well, that's just not right. That's not giving you enough time. Nope, after they told That's not right at all, Donna. Have you been looking for new places? That's really not fair. Hey, Nene. Oh, you did find a place. Oh, good. Still, it doesn't leave you a lot of time to pack and everything. Because you live in a house, so you have a lot of stuff. How's it going, Nene? Just woke up. Well, that's good, Nene, that you found the lead on a place.
just saw the little dancing turkey. That's cute.
I thought it was cute. Gotta have some things that are animated.
Yep. Nene, why aren't you on the call? Get on the
Yeah. Come on. Come on up, Nene. I know you just woke up, but come on up.
Hi, Nina.
Hey, Nina.
How are you, Nina?
Oh,
Okay, Nay. Am I allowed to say Nay instead of Nene? Only one Nay.
yeah. I just wanted to stop by and say hi. Well, hi. It's good to
Hi.
see you, Nina. How are you?
That's good that you're great. How's your new
Good.
job?
Yeah, how's your new job? Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
Good, Nina. That's awesome.
Everybody needs a good work-life balance. You have to
Mm-hmm.
have your free time to rest and do your own thing.
Yep. Damn easy. Well, that's good, Nina. Okay.
Well, DM the idea so nobody steals it.
Yeah, DM me the idea. Hey, Midnight.
Hi, Midnight.
Okay, Nene. Just DM it to me. Hello, hello. Let me check my. Not around much. I don't have time. Okay, Nina. I know what it's like to be busy. Hi, Shaman. How are you, Shawoman? What, Charlie? What's with you guys and trying to uplift the fucking water bottle? Or water bowl.
They just want fresh water or something?
I just gave them fresh water, and they keep like digging at it. Weird.
Yeah, I need to do laundry too.
Yeah, me too. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
I've been doing it some, but I could be doing it more.
Yeah, exactly.
He was really excited this morning to use the steam clean setting on the dryer. I was like, okay, well, if you want to also clean other things the rest of the time, not just before a meeting,
Yeah.
feel free.
Feel free, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't normally mind it, but I also got rid of my laundry bag, the couple laundry baskets I had. And now that it's far away, all the way down in the basement, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
probably should get just one.
Yep. Doing laundry sucks. Yes, it does. Because then you gotta fold them and put them away and ugh.
I don't mind the folding. What I mind is when I have an organized system and he opens a drawer and grabs one thing and then looks for something, so he just rummages in the drawer and I'm like, ah! That was all perfectly folded. Zap!
Yeah.
Plus on top of that, I do the thing where you fold the shirt in half again and then you turn it the other way so you can actually see everything that's in the drawer. So I'm like, why do you do that? You can see them. You can see it all. Like, why?
Yep.
I just thought maybe something was under there. It's not!
Johnny. Mama. I said stop. You don't own the hallway. Thank you very much.
Swinging
like-
at the other cats.
She thinks she owns the hallway.
Hi!
Hi,
Who
Nene.
owns it? Hey,
What's up?
Autumn.
My
Hey,
my
Shane.
cat. my cat Isis.
Gotcha. Told you I had a few things to do, so I was doing them real quick.
It's okay.
So yeah, come in.
Yay!
Oh man,
What's up?
a whole lot of nothing so far.
Well, that's good, ain't it?
No, I'm irritated already today.
Uh-oh.
Woke up dying.
Woke up dying.
Yeah, stupid kid keeps turning on the heat,
Mm.
and then it gets like 1,000,000 degrees in this house because the thermostat don't work right.
Mm.
It's not kicking off. When it hits like 60, 70,
Mm-hmm.
it's not shutting off. It keeps running until it's like so hot you can't breathe. And I already have breathing problems as it is. So fun. I never wanted to kick somebody's ass so bad.
Yeah.
So what are you ladies up to today?
Diamond dotting.
That's an everyday thing for you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Mm.
It
I
is
had to go
very
downstairs.
fun. Did you have to go downstairs?
I said I did go downstairs. I don't know if you can hear me. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
What are your plans today, Autumn?
Homework.
Oh, fun.
Today's
Like
a deadline
always,
for
homework.
stuff.
Hey,
so-
why did I even ask? No.
It's
Mm.
not. Well, today's a deadline day, so it's like half the day.
Yeah.
Oh. I cannot wait. Not too much longer for the trip.
Yeah.
I might be going on a trip this weekend too.
Nice.
I don't know. It depends on money wise though.
I didn't have to do laundry. Yay, Dina. So how come you're going on a trip to Cleveland?
That's what I might be doing this weekend coming up. I don't know yet.
Oh. Visit family?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're going to see the 2 grandbabies. And my sister. I just don't know if I really want to go or not because I'll have to be in my mom's house, and I don't know if I can handle that.
Mm.
They're going fishing. Ray and the kids are gonna go fishing. They're gonna spend the weekend walleye fishing.
Nice.
It's coming into walleye season
Mm.
after Halloween, so it's cold enough for the walleye to start hitting. Anybody else have snow on the radar for this week at all yet?
Not me. We already had our snow.
You had snow already?
Yep.
Was it bad or was it just a light covering or?
It was pretty bad. It was 10 inches.
Holy cow. No. Canada.
Mm-hmm.
He said that's where the shit's coming from.
Ah.
Yeah, on Wednesday it's supposed to snow here. If Ontario gets it, we get it within the next day or two.
Yeah. See, us, it comes from either BC, which is the next province over, or it comes from the States. It comes up.
Yeah.
We don't get snow until like December, maybe.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah.
I never got snow on my forecast, but I live in the snow belt, so
Yeah, it's already good.
I'm not looking forward to this.
Oh my god, quit saying snow. It's like Beetlejuice. I don't want any.
I'm
You say it
just
more than 3
saying,
times, it appears.
Yeah.
It's been raining here all day.
Mm,
Freezing rain.
fun.
It doesn't look that bad. It's not bad out or nothing. I've been sleeping all morning.
Yeah.
Husband's been out running. Yeah, he went and paid our storage unit, and
Good.
I don't know what else he's done. Not gonna sit here and try to say what he's done because I have no idea. I might have a place though.
Oh, that's good.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I know I have it. If it works out right, and I'll be right across the driveway from my grandson.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm excited about that one. I'd love to live across the driveway from my grandbaby.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'll be able to go across the driveway every day and see him. One of the grandbabies. I got 3.
Wow.
One granddaughter, 2 grandsons.
That's cute.
My one grandson, he's only like 4 months old. We have yet to meet that one yet. That's part of the reason why we were taking the trip to Cleveland.
Ah.
Go meet our grandson for the first time. He's still cute, babe.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's all the hot and cold air too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this kid turned on the air conditioner or the heater, and he didn't turn it off because the thermostat's broken. He didn't turn it off. It ran for hours,
Oh
and it
no,
got so hot you couldn't even breathe.
that's the worst.
It already stays pretty warm in my room for some reason.
Is there a
Because
way to
not-
just cover it so they can't get to it? Like put a lock on it?
I turned it off. And he went down and turned it back on. So I wasn't too happy about that because it was turned off for a reason and he went and turned it back on.
Yeah.
It's not like it's been cold enough to really even have thing running. It ain't been too bad. It's only been in like the upper 40s. And this house holds heat pretty well, so it's not like you even need it. But he won't get dry. He doesn't wear clothes. Runs around in boxers all the time.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Maybe
wonders
that's why it's cold.
Exactly.
Uh.
Wonders why he freezes.
How awkward.
Puts your clothes on. It's gross.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah. Well, plus when you're living with somebody else, you should like have extra clothes on.
Yeah.
The cold, get dressed is what we tell him.
Get.
Because we stay dressed. I mean, I watch him walk around with a hoodie and boxers on. It's like, dude, you're defeating the purpose. If you're cold, put clothes on. But he won't. He's too lazy to wash his clothes. He's too lazy to do anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe not raised with very good
Oh,
initiative to do things.
sounds like
No
it.
work ethic. Yeah.
My toe was bleeding
Mm.
while I was sleeping. Oh,
That's good. I mean, I do walk around at night in shorts, but I'm always warm, so.
Mm-hmm.
me too. I am too.
And they say when you cover the top of your body more, you know, you don't need all that. Plus, when you're a girl and you have thick long hair, it's not really necessary to
Mhm.
wear a hat, so you're pretty good there. But
Autumn,
If
you're
I'm
close
cold-
to my age, aren't you?
We're the same age. If I'm cold,
Yeah.
I just put, I put sweatpants on or leggings or something when I'm sleeping. But otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Jack is the opposite. He's like, it's cold. Not cold. It's hot. It's cold. It's 72. It's not cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How about we
72
make it
is nice.
68? 68's good. He's like, no, I'm gonna freeze to death. We're like, no one freezes to death at 68. Plus, it's cheaper.
Right.
Yep. He likes everything warmer. I like everything cool.
Yeah, me
Great
too.
combination.
Yeah.
That's how me and my husband are too, so don't feel bad. I have to have it cool. He's like, I'm freezing, I'm freezing. He's like, too bad. Get over it, I already did. He said it stays hot in here because I run my mouth too much.
Yeah.
That's something Jack would say.
Yeah, that's right over here. He's busy. You know what, Ray? Wanna fight about it? I pick at him. He picks at me, I pick back. Ooh, trying to clean my toe with the alcohol pads. He's hating these kittens right now.
Meh.
They get under his feet while he's walking and everything. He's so mad.
What, little alcohol pads?
Huh?
What did you say? Little alcohol pads?
Yeah, I'm cleaning my toe with alcohol pads.
Ouch.
It
I
don't
bought
hurt.
some of those during the pandemic when I couldn't just find a bottle of alcohol to buy. And I just bought them, in case somebody gets a cut or something else. And Jack's like, these things are great. So he starts using them. But then he just drops them on the counter. Or he drops them on there. Like, so I go around picking them up. It's like, throw them away.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
He's a consumer. I'm the cleaner.
Mm. Seems to be that way. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know when these kittens are leaving. I'm gonna talk to the lady, see if she wants them. All but like 2. Because 2 of them are spoken for by other people, so.
You've got a full
They're not-
house. You've got kittens. You've got puppies.
Yeah.
You now, for some reason, have a fish tank.
Yeah, it's just sitting downstairs. What a guarantee. She said I would. She would get rid of them. It is a guarantee, thank you.
Are you keeping one?
I don't know yet. They're not ready to go yet. They're not old enough. I have to wait till Thursday, then they're old enough.
How old does that be? Like 8 weeks or?
6. They're already eating solid food and water and everything.
Are
And
they
Not even
potty?
nursing.
with
Are they potty trained?
Yeah, they'll go to the litter box.
Okay, good.
I know with dogs you have to wait until like 8.5 weeks.
Yeah.
People do it just before
Yeah.
then, but then they have problems. So
Yeah.
when we got Bueller, 8.5 weeks.
Mm.
He was so tiny. He was so tiny, and she had his eyebrows done so that they stuck out, but his eyebrows stuck out like halfway past the rest of his body because you could just fit him in one hand. It was just so ridiculously cute.
That's cute.
I cannot. I think some of these are cuts, and I'm thinking of the blood. You gotta walk on your feet. This is what I think is retarded. You don't get Social Security for something like this, but you have to walk on your feet. But yet, your feet get so dry because you can't sweat. And if you're, like if you get stressed out, stress contributes to it and everything.
Mhm.
Yet, you have to walk on blisters that open and then eventually rip into big sores. But yet you don't get Social Security for that. That is bullshit.
I think what happens is your doctor has to write it up a certain way. You know what I'm
And my
saying?
doctor's a moron.
When you get better doctors, they write things up a certain way. Like even an attorney I worked with at one point had like a mole she really didn't like just under her chest area.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's, I don't know what it, something at the time it was ridiculous, like $1,000 or something, to laser it off or whatever. But then like when she was pregnant, the doctor was like, oh, so right after you give birth, if that's rubbing somewhere, we can have that removed and insurance will pay for it. She's like, oh, no, like we can have that removed. And she's like, oh no, it's expensive. And they're like, but is it rubbing against, like your something else, or like your bra strap or something, like, because then if it's causing discomfort and it's causing you issues, and then like they have to write it up a certain way, otherwise they're not going to cover it. So they'd probably have to say it's a contributing factor to something else, and that something else might be covered. I'm not saying like she might write it up as like in a fraudulent way, but they would have to
Right. They'd have to
connect the dots in a way where it would legally be compensated. 'Cause you can't be on your feet, and the only work you can do is that type of labor. Then,
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is bad, like, because the dry skin is thick like glass. It's sharp like glass. So if I rub my feet together, I literally will cut my other foot with my foot.
Damn.
Yeah. Or if I put my shoes on, somewhere on my shoes, it'll rub, like, it'll bend into my skin, like the little shards of it that are on my feet. will
Because
rub
normally you
into
can
my
just
skin.
file your feet, but if you have something else going on, then
Yeah, I do file my feet. I do put
Yeah.
lotion on them. I even put I bought an aloe plant. I have an aloe plant here that I take pieces off of and put fresh aloe on it and everything. It just don't go away. It'll dissipate, but it never goes away completely. And then let me get a little bit stressed out, which we all know I'm under a lot of stress all the time, pretty much. And it just never goes away.
that's not good.
And it
I guess you just
hurts.
have to find a different doctor to write it up differently.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see a new doctor.
What you could do is you could go on one of these forums where other people have that issue and ask maybe how they had that covered, how their doctor had that covered. That might be.
I don't
easier way.
I don't know if anybody's got. I have to find out if anybody has Social Security for it. Just like my degenerative disc disease.
Right. What I'm saying is, if they have like a form with people on it with that medical type of condition, you might try
Right.
talking to them to see how it was written up, not if it's for that directly, but
Right.
how they had it compensated. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Well, I know if I go see my one doctor, but I can't afford to. I'd be able to get on my Social Security in a heartbeat, in a matter of minutes. Like, that's how bad it is. Yeah, I would be able to get on Social Security rather quick. If I have to go back to seeing that doctor, I have to get back on my meds and all that other fun stuff, and then I would get.
Did you
Social
try
Security quick.
calling? Did you try calling the receptionist at that office and giving them your predicament and saying, how did you guys write this up, and can you fax that over to my current doctor so they can do that for me?
No, that I
Because
did
sometimes
not.
people will help do that. I mean, I used to work in a doctor's office for a while. They'll,
Right.
or with my doctor's office, it's like, hey, this is covered, that's not covered. Can maybe they've done that with other like relatives and stuff like that. Like, oh, we'll help with this or we'll help with that. Like, if you find a really good doctor, sometimes the front office for a doctor is important. So I would
Right.
try contacting them because they might be like, oh, it's written up this way and that way, and we can contact the other office and talk to them. And they might just be totally useless and be like, no, but it's always good to try and see if they'll help.
I have to, in order to get Social Security for the one problem that I do have that's major, that is worthy of getting on Social Security for, I would have to go back to seeing my psychiatrist. But the problem with that is I don't have the $300 doctor visit fee 3 times a month for the
That's
first couple
insane.
months. And that's
Well,
not
but
even including the cost of the meds.
But if you get on the right type of disability, it actually covers that.
Yeah, but until then, I would have to pay out of pocket.
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying you have to.
I know.
They'd have to find another way to write it up until you get to the point that.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
like
would try
200
calling that. I would try calling that office and see how they did things and see if they could help.
They won't do anything. I've already tried. The only thing they'll do is I have to pay out of pocket till I get the insurance that'll start covering it. They're dicks up there.
No,
My
what I'm saying, your
doctor's
doctor,
doing this.
your doctor, that office for the doctor,
You
like
talking
the
about
one that
my-
used to get you on disability or help with whatever. Like,
Yeah, she's the
you ever
one.
talked to those people?
Yeah, she's the one that was definitely willing to sign anything for me and do anything I needed. But the problem is that's the one that'll cost me $300 a month, or $300 a visit, and I have to go see her 2 to 3 times a month.
But sometimes you
And-
can tell them, hey, I can't pay that. Can you forward this to someone else, or can you refer to me someone that will do what you were doing for me? Like, can you give me
The
the name
problem
of someone
is-
else?
The only problem is they're the only ones in my area.
Oh.
That
But
that deal
now
with
with
that.
now with
type.
the pandemic, maybe somebody else would do that online, and they could actually send you to somebody somewhere else and just do that online.
Right. Well, that's the thing with that. You have to see them every 3 months. Yeah, I mean, they can do online. I don't know
Yeah.
if now because of the pandemic that's changed, but I would have to find one that's in my network on my
Mhm.
insurance. It's all, I hate it. It's all
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm happy that I do get to see a new actual care provider, because I did find out that my doctor's almost 80 years old. She's 77 years old.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And she's OM, I think is what she's called. Is a DROM, which is not that great. And she's old, so she goes by the old school methods, because everybody tells me it seems like I have fibromyalgia.
Yes.
And my doctor, I've told her, and she blows me off. Like I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Because she did find my Epstein bar was through the roof. So chronic fatigue syndrome is one of the things I have wrong with me.
Yeah, and
And
that's
the
one of
chronic
those.
fatigue.
Yeah, it's part of fibromyalgia.
Yeah, and they go hand in hand. But she won't check me for fibromyalgia, which I'm really starting to think I have it too, because all my joints and stuff hurt. And she won't refer me to a
Okay,
pain
Shaman.
specialist. She
Sorry,
does
go ahead.
nothing for pain.
Okay, Shaman. Hey, Gemma. That's my friend
It
Gemma.
sounds like you just need a new doctor.
Yeah.
I'm going to see one. I have to wait till, I think, end of this month or beginning of next month. I have 2 different doctor's appointments, so I don't know which one's which. So I do have 2 different doctor's appointments. I think that one's in December. I think November is my OBGYN.
Mm.
Going to get a mammogram.
Uh-huh. Yeah, a couple more years and then I have to start doing that.
Yeah. Do it if you see anything funny, do it right away. Or
How's
start
it going,
feeling
Gemma?
funny. Is
Yeah.
it Gemma?
No, that's a different Gemma.
Okay.
What age are you supposed to start doing that at?
40,
Huh?
I think.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at 40. I'm a year over.
Yeah.
I should have done it when I was 20 something or 30 something.
Everybody in my family gets it, but it's mostly in like their 60s, I think. And my mom
It
had her
hurts.
genes tested and stuff like that, but she doesn't have the difficult stuff. She just,
Right.
but it's always good to have that checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to get checked out in every way possible.
Mm-hmm. I'm good, thank you, hun.
I'm hungry. You hungry?
What are you up to today, Gemma?
Well, why don't you go get us something to eat? What are you waiting on, Christmas?
What are you waiting on? Christmas?
Yeah, I always ask me. Do what, dear? I don't think there's DoorDash around here. See if the kids are hungry.
Yeah, we didn't have any of that stuff before.
No?
No.
No, and we technically had no address, even though we had an address, because Google just didn't update it.
Sitting at home in my PJs. Good thinking. Me too.
So now we have all that, but before we had nothing.
Haha.
Yep. So now you just have to be careful about not ordering food too much.
Mm-hmm. Which is hard.
It is hard. But I've gotten back into the swing of cooking and freezing part of it and the whole,
Mm-hmm.
thing. So
We're good.
we're good. Oh, it's so
Yay.
nice to have my own fridge.
I bet.
This is so complicated.
What?
I'm hungry. Tell everybody, what do you want to eat? I don't know.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
hate
cut-
that.
I'm tired of it, man, because I don't ever know. I just go get whatever everybody else gets. If they want McDonald's, I get something from McDonald's. They want Burger King, I get something from Burger King. I hate when they sit there and say, oh, no, you pick. It's like, no, why do I always have to pick? I don't want to pick. Somebody else tell me what we're getting, please. It's so fucking annoying.
The problem here is I'll say, what do you want? And he'll say, I don't know. And then I'll pick and he'll go, not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about this? Not that either. I said, okay, rather than make me go through 5 different things, since you only have 2 things in mind, tell me what the 2 things are and then I'll pick from that.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
I don't have a lot close to me. I have McDonald's, Burger King, Dairy Queen, but that's kind of far.
We actually have a whole lot of
And
stuff near
Chinese
us now,
food.
so.
Good.
Not us.
Yeah, he loves Chinese food. I can't eat most Chinese food. It's like
I do
ton of
too, but my
ginger
husband
in it, and I
won't
can't
eat.
have ginger. So
Oh no. That sucks.
yeah. Yeah, he was the one that pointed stuff out because I was like, I don't understand why people drink, like ginger ale to feel this, like, to make their stomach feel better. Because it's like, you know how, yeah, after a few hours after you drink it, you throw up, and he's like, no.
Yeah.
So it has real ginger in it, or if somebody bakes something with it. Like if it's a small amount, it's okay. If it's something that has like a bunch in it,
No.
that's a losing battle.
That sucks.
Yep. I had a coworker before that was like, I can't have fruit. I'm allergic to fruit. And I was like, okay. And then she had a whole bunch of tomatoes in her food, and I was like, well, they're technically a fruit, aren't they? But then she was like, well, I always respect everyone else's allergies. I'm like, but you just told me I can't eat fruit at work. Like, because I had an orange in a bag or something, and she's like, oh, well, I'll just relocate. Oh my gosh.
The hell?
Yeah. And then she goes into her bag, and she starts pulling out all of this stuff, and it's all some form of ginger. And I was like,
Mm.
I didn't say anything, but I was just like, okay. And I was like, how much ginger do you have? And she's like, well, I have cough drops, and I have this snack, and I have these cookies, and I'm like, I've never run into a person with this much ginger in my life. And then she walked away from the desk, and I looked at somebody else on the other side of the desk, and I was like, that's like, she's picked like the one allergy I have and just spread it across the entire desk.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm not allergic to any food. It's just penicillin and morphine. That's all
I mean, I
I'm.
guess it's not, it's not an allergy, it's just like an intolerance, but
Mm.
yeah, because an allergy, if somebody's like really allergic to nuts or something and it's in the air, then their lungs will close, like that's an allergy. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but he was like, so ginger ale, Chinese food with ginger in it, this other cookie with ginger in it, ginger snaps, ginger this, ginger. Okay, don't eat ginger.
Mm-hmm.
I like ginger ale. It just doesn't like.
Doesn't like you. Yeah.
My mom's always like, have some ginger ale. No, mom. Let's not do that. She's also always trying to give me ketchup.
Meh.
Ketchup doesn't bother me. I just don't like it.
Mm. Yeah.
Looking ketchup? Have ketchup. Like, no.
I'll have ketchup once in a while. I'm not a big fan of it.
Oh, my brother and my sister used to just dump it on everything, and I was like, no, no.
I have severe allergy to latex.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a dangerous one.
Started, let the day begin. Okay, Shaw woman. Let the day begin.
Today's a good PJ day.
Yeah, today's a PJ day.
Oh, not for me, but it seems like a good.
It is for me. What am I saying? I always wear PJs. I wear PJs more than I wear regular clothes. Because I don't go out.
It doesn't matter if I don't go out. I'll dress up anyway.
Not me. I'm like, I don't want to dirty my clothes. I'm just that lazy.
It's not so much laziness, it just makes me feel better. Like, especially when everything shut down after a while, it was like, because at first it was like, oh, you can just wear sweatpants and t-shirt, and then it was like, this is depressing. I have to actually, like, put effort in and feel normal. Otherwise, it's just like, I can't. It gets depressing to me.
I get
I'm
it.
here just getting food together to eat here.
Okay.
Yay for food.
Yay for food.
I have to admit, sometimes I order food and I'm like, the food is coming. And he's like, you didn't even ask me what I wanted. I just reordered your order from last time. That way he doesn't have to pick.
I already know what you want.
Yeah. He's like, I discovered your coffee binge from the other day. He was taking the trash out and he was like, wait a minute, you think you can see into it, like into the smaller trash bags? He's like, there's like 3 Dunkin' cups in here. How much coffee did you have? It's like, well, I don't normally go here for coffee, so I'm gonna order like 3 things and then pick one. And only I drank like half of all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe 2/3, so.
I usually wake up, shower, get dressed. But today, I'm just not feeling it.
I try to wake up and shower and get dressed before I awake enough to think about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That way I don't talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
It's also probably like 14 years of living in a building with other people and walking a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And people are very verbal. Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did or didn't do with your hair today, and I'm like, no.
Why are you paying attention to that?
Well, you always put effort into it. So when it changes, I thought I would comment. Oh well, no, that's not.
Yeah.
There was one guy that wouldn't talk to me. What was it? When I had blonde hair, he wouldn't talk to me. I tried to say hi to him several times. He wouldn't talk to me. He would just kind of look bored and look the other way and walk away, and I was like, okay. Then when I dyed my hair brown, he was like, "Oh, so apparently we don't talk to people." I was like, "I'm the same person. I'm the same person you ignored, like actively ignored before." But okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure I've never seen you before. No, you have. It's just weird. Some people are just face blind, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work before when I changed my hair back to brown. And until I said something, people were like, "Oh, I was wondering who you were."
Yeah, Gemma.
I'm sitting in the same place and I'm wearing the same clothes. Of course it's me. It's like, oh, well, but until you talk, I can't recognize you.
Wow.
That's face blind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if somebody's carrying the same bag and the same, but like, no, because you've changed your hair like 3 times since I worked here, and I still know it's you. You sit in the same place, you have the same face, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. People are blind.
Yep. And yes, Gemma, I do know that if you're not wearing makeup, something is wrong. My friend,
Oh.
my friend Gemma always wears makeup.
Yeah. I've tried I'm gonna go back to wearing less, and after a certain age,
No.
people are like, "Oh, are you okay?" Yes, I'm fine. Why? Are you sure you're okay?
I only wear makeup when I go out.
I never wear makeup, and trust me, I know how to do makeup. I'm pretty damn good at it, but I never wear it. I'm too lazy. Hell, I don't even do my hair.
Yeah, me neither.
I say, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do the concealer and foundation and eyeliner and eyeshadow and contouring, and then I set my face. So yeah. So I'm like, well, I'll just add this and I'll add that, and then you just keep going, and then you're like, well, but then if I don't put setting spray on my face, it's gonna come off on my clothes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a habit.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's usually a choice of whether or not I put mascara on, because if it's raining outside,
Mm. Makeup. I can't stand it. I can't wear concealer and foundation and stuff like that because I have such dry skin that it just peels.
the
And
air up there is probably drier too.
it is very dry up here. It is very, very dry.
I can only wear certain ones, otherwise, yeah, they don't work well. And then your face changes as you get older, so you have to keep changing what you use.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive.
Yep.
Jack is always like, wear less, wipe it off. And then when you don't wear any, it's like, no comment. And then when I go back to wearing it, oh, you look nice today.
Jeez.
Okay. I can't win. I get it. Well, my other thing is if I just do concealer, you can see all the freckles everywhere, and people are like, oh.
Mm. I have lots of freckles too, but they tend to, like, once winter hits, it like calms down.
Yeah, it used to calm down. When you get older, it doesn't go away as much. They stay put. And then you get them in
Great.
places you didn't used to get them. Oh yeah, it's something to look forward to, right?
Great.
Oh great, I now have 3 or 4 on the bottom of my feet. That's awesome. Like why?
You need a good moisturizer and exfoliant. Yeah, I do. I do, but I don't know where to get one. Maybe you know, Gemma. Facebook me your suggestions. She's a makeup guru. That girl.
I have a lot of makeup.
Yep.
I used to do moisturizer for years and then I just stopped. The doctor was like, stop putting moisturizer on your face. Like, just don't.
Why?
I feel like I'll age. And he's like, not you. No, it's just because it causes too many acne issues. And then every so often I'm on medication for that. And
Oh.
I've gone for like 2 months now without medication. So I have like one here, one here, one here.
Oh.
You can't see it because I hide it, but then it gets to a point where I have to go back on medication again. And the medication always has side effects. And yeah. But he's like, that's just without anything. But then makeup usually has some moisturizer in it anyway. And the wipes and stuff. And then when you add that, it's too much for my skin.
That's all, woman. I'm not a guru, but thanks. Ah, yes, you are. You're really good with makeup.
I love those makeup tutorials where women are like 25 or 24 and they're like, I've just found a tinted moisturizer and realized that no one needs makeup. Shut up and go away. Talk to me when you're like 35
Yeah.
or approaching 40, and then we'll see how you feel. Because even with how I look, people are like, oh, you still look young without, like, but yeah, no. You need a little bit. It's always going to look better when you're 24 or 25.
Yeah. Gemma. Well, you are. I'm just saying how it is. You're really good with makeup. You always look really good.
That's good. Did you get compliments on that?
Yes, you do.
I was at work one day and they were complaining about this old creepy guy hitting on people, and I was like, old creepy guy? And they're like, yeah, the guy that was just here. I'm like, what is he, like in his late 30s? And they're like, yeah, he's 38. I was like, yeah, I remember when I was 38. That's not old and creepy. And they're like, oh my god, ew, how old are you? I was like, wow, really, guys?
Yeah.
Most people can't tell how old I am either, but
Yeah.
as you get older, they're like, instead of, oh, you look like you're in your 20s, and you get your late 30s, and they're like, what are you, 30, 35? Not as young anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 34 and I still get ID'd. Because
Oh,
I
yeah,
look
that's happened
so...
a while ago.
Yeah, I look so young. And
I'm 41 and still get carded. What you mean?
like- It's crazy.
It is.
You're welcome, Gemma.
The most I got the other day was asked what year I was born. I was like, okay. Another thing that stops people is if you wear like your engagement ring. if it's a nice ring, they're like, yeah, if you're old enough to, yeah, you're probably old enough. If you have that, and, you know, if you can afford something nice, you're probably older.
Mm-hmm.
Some places are also just really picky about carding people.
Yeah.
We were on a flight
Few
years back.
And 3 boys. He still gets carded. Wow.
We were on a flight to Vegas a few years back, and the stewardess is like, she's like, oh, you're so young. And then she handed me my drink, and she goes, oh no, you're married. I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, what?
Mm?
And she goes, I mean, Jack was sitting next to me. She goes, he seems really nice and all, but like, you know, sweetie, it's okay to wait sometimes with these things. I'm like, we're the same age. Because he's got all that gray hair. And she's like, oh, I thought like maybe you were, you know, like 30 or late 20s. I was like, no. And I mean, I did get married at 27, but yeah. She thought that I was a lot younger. I was like, okay, maybe you need glasses. The gray hair can really convince people that somebody's a lot older.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbor knocked on the door the one day to talk to Jack, and a couple years ago, 1 year ago, yeah. And she's like, "Are your parents home?"
Meh.
I was like, "Did she get back to her house okay? To her home okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, why?" I'm like, "Cause it sounds like she's blind."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh no, Latinos just age better." I'm like, "Yeah, no." You have gray hair. I'm seriously concerned that she can't even find her way back to her front door.
Yeah.
That's just, there's a compliment, and then there's, what? Is she okay?
Hey, redneck.
Oh, that one guy had good genes, huh, in his 40s. So.
How is life treating you today? Treating me well, thank you, Red. How are you? Remember when we worked at the theater? I ID'd a guy in his 40s. Yeah, I remember that. That's how me and Gemma met, is through working at a theater when I was really young. When we were
you
really
actually know
young.
each other in person. Cool.
Yes, we do. Yep. She's my very good old friend.
$49.
I'm 49 and get asked. Red. You're all still really young. Yes, we are.
No, she said you're still really young.
Oh, you're still really young. I can't see.
You. You, not me. Yeah, when somebody's like, I'm in my mid-30s, I'm like, oh, that's still young.
Yeah, I'm 1 year younger than Joker.
Hmm.
I'm 34. Feels like I'm 80 though.
I was in great shape at 34 and 35.
I mean, not with the fibromyalgia and all that other stuff. It really brings you down.
Yeah. I had issues too, but with the way mine work, the more active you are, the better you feel.
Mm-hmm.
So, like if I didn't exercise a whole lot, and it's still kind of that way. If I don't exercise at all, I have really bad problems. Whereas somebody that doesn't have issues could just kind of be okay and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Really start to have problems.
If you're saying that I'm really young, tell that to my body. Right, Red? The body didn't get the memo.
They say once you hit 40, your head is on straight and the rest of your body falls off.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to notice differences.
Yep. You're like, wait, why does this hurt? Why does that hurt? Ah.
Mm-hmm.
I dated a guy 6 years older than me. He would joke quick. Oh my god. Oh my god, Gemma. It's funny because she's in a handicap. She's a handicap. She's in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
That's funny, Gemma.
I was sitting here going, only a 6-year difference? I don't get it. Oh, okay, I get it.
I was about Shan's age when my body started falling apart. I was
Yeah.
diagnosed with things that I wasn't even old enough to have yet.
Yeah.
This sucks ass.
I mean, I was diagnosed with stuff at 22, and then I almost died at 22 of organ failure. But
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was diagnosed with stuff as low as 18.
yeah, but my stuff
Actually,
works better when I
16.
move more. But I know that's not how it works for other people. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tell me, oh, you have degenerative disc disease, stay active, it'll help. No, the fuck it don't. Then give me something for the pain, because I'll tell you what, if I get up and do a lot, I'm done,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, degenerative disc disease is different. I don't have that.
Brain damage too.
He said I have brain damage.
Hey,
He always says I have
Papa
brain damage.
Bear.
Hey, Papa Bear.
Yeah, my husband tries to blurt things out in the background. I mute my mic a whole lot when he's home.
10 years older.
I just let him
Younger
say what he's gonna say because it's
than
funny.
me.
I know.
My age.
For us, it's a game. I'm like,
You're
nope,
right.
didn't get through. It was muted. Haha.
Yeah, score one for me. Yes. It depends on what he's saying.
Duplex or what?
Yeah, there's 2 apartments. It's upstairs and downstairs. I don't know if he's renting both or just the one.
Yeah, my husband is the exact same age as me.
Mm. I always go for the older guys. I don't know why.
That's usually what I always did too. And then it was like, oh, the exact same age?
No.
Yeah, younger was like, no.
No.
You
No.
don't. And the older you get, you're like convinced that they have no idea who they are yet. It's like, nope, nope.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you.
I have a friend that was diagnosed with a rare. In 2 years. That was 2 years ago. Sorry to hear that, Jenna. Gemma. Why do I keep saying Jenna? Gemma.
I think Miss Jenna is more common than Gemma.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets my name right.
Autumn? How did they cannot they get it right?
August, Amber,
Oh.
April. I get called April a lot.
Wow, really? That's not even close.
Even Dawn. Dawn is a time of day. Come on.
Yeah, because of my problem with chronic fatigue syndrome, I will like forget people's names and stuff, and I'll be trying to talk to them, or I forget. I like okay, people with fibromyalgia, they have fibro fog. Is what I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine's like that. Only it's 24/7.
Yeah.
My brain does not work properly. I don't know.
Did you just say there was a
I don't know
booger
what's
on
on
my
the
TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it came right
Put a
off.
booger on my TV.
Who knows? There was something on on the big TV. He loves his TV.
Who put a TV on someone's booger?
Right.
How rude.
Fucking rude ass people.
The worst part is even when people get my name right, the way they pronounce it, if you notice, everybody says autumn. Like I'm dumb. This is
Autumn. It's
This is autumn.
autumn.
Nope.
Autumn.
And they don't even say it quickly together. They say dumb. Like you're dumb. Oh, you're dumb.
That's fucked
And once
up.
you notice that, you're stuck with it for the rest of your life.
Shit. Anyways.
I don't know.
I know I've always called you Jenna. Always. I'm always calling her that.
Aw. Always, even in person.
Yes. Even at work.
I get August and Amber a lot. I give up. Like, okay. Somebody else will say, why didn't you correct them? I just don't care. Especially if it's somebody that never gets it right.
Yeah.
If there was a director at a job that used to do that, like chronically, and everybody would laugh. They were like, why don't you say something to her? And I'm like, you want me to tell everybody's boss's boss that she made a mistake?
Yeah.
That won't be awkward. And then when she would get it correct, I was like, oh no, what's wrong? I almost feel better when you get it wrong. What happened?
Oh, it's hot in my house right now. I still love you too.
I'm not that perfect with names, but like if I look at a name and I don't know how to pronounce it, I'll say, how do I say this?
Yeah.
And then I'll repeat it and I'll say, how did I just mess it up? And people are like, what? I'm like, because I'm probably, like, culturally, if I mess up a name, if I'm, you know, for some reason somehow not saying it right, correct me now and I'll try to fix it so it doesn't drive you insane, because other people might not do that, and I'm just like a respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
And some people love that. That it's just growing up in an area where you have a whole lot of different cultures. I'm like, I'm trying. Like,
Yeah.
don't get upset with me. I'm trying.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Eric LeBlas and Graham. Yeah, Graham is actually my cousin by marriage. He's my cousin. Yeah, I still talk to Logan. Here and there. Not very often, but I do. Veterans Day is next Thursday for us in America. I think you do too, but you call it something else. Yeah, we call it. We just call it Remembrance Day. Yeah, we call it Remembrance Day. It's the same thing. I need to get on that. Next Thursday. November 11th, yeah. This whole year has gone by so quickly. I know, right? Crazy. I'm gonna work on a scene, so you guys are gonna see nothing for a bit. But that will be. I'm working on my Remembrance Day.
We'll just pretend there's something.
Yeah, pretend there's something there.
We'll imagine a whole bunch of dancing turkeys.
Oh yes,
Gobble gobble.
gobble gobble.
Ooh, really 44 degrees out?
Yikes.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Thanks, Gemma.
Find something else that says thank you for your service or something, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
I'm not sure how you'd animate any of that though.
Well, I have one animation.
No? You already have one. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Probably nothing with dances.
No, no dancing though. Just a candle.
Probably more appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
The dancing turkey is so cute.
I
But
know.
it's okay, we can go back to the dancing turkey. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll have something for my American friends too. Later, Red. Sorry if I missed ya. Hey. Hello?
What up, Craig?
Hey. We're live.
What's up, everybody in the chat? What up, what up?
What's up with you?
Not much. Just woke up.
Just woke up?
Yeah.
Go to sleep late last night again?
Yeah, it was like around midnight. I fell asleep around midnight.
Oh, Midnight is leaving. Oh, okay. Good night, Midnight. Or have a nice day. Here we go. Here we go. Back to the dancing turkey. What's up, Venom? What are you doing today?
Not much, really. I may do a live stream, well, here later on today. I'm not too sure yet.
Awesome.
I haven't done a live stream in Jesus.
At
This
least
last
2
week.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Just been uploading content, man. That's basically it.
Thank you. Thank you, Red.
Hey, Venom.
What's up, Craig?
How you doing?
I'm chilling. Chilling.
Chilling like a villain?
For sure.
Me too.
There we go. I fixed it.
That's his daughter. Yeah, that's Lucy. Remember, she grows really fast. He's looking at Z Nation. I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but it's fucking hilarious.
Thank you, Red. I had to incorporate both of us because it's both Remembrance Day and Veterans Day on the 11th.
Chan, when we did the paranormal stream the other day, and you did your cards, and Nick did his dowsing rods, and Willa did her voice thingy and all that. A lot of people were coming in and saying they liked the stream.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so maybe we should once a week do something like that, even if it is just Willow running her spirit boxes or whatever. That was the biggest hit of the night, with those spirit boxes, just listening.
Yeah.
I've noticed that's one of the big things that people liked.
I agree.
And maybe we can get Willow to keep doing it.
Yeah, I think we should.
I do too. I think it'd be a really good thing, and I think a lot of people would come in just to see it. And if Willow wanted to, she could stream it on her wherever she wanted to as well. Because that was a big hit. So that's just an idea for you.
Yeah.
A lot of people like the paranormal stuff. Once I get myself situated and set up and everything the way I want it. Oh, did she ever do the recorder?
Yeah.
Did she listen back to it at all?
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah, because that's another thing is we can record those when we do them and then turn around and put those
Listen
up
to
as a
them.
video.
Yeah.
Right. Separate on a different day. Like, here's what we did. You know, we did this lot. And here are our findings from the recorder. Yeah, because I did notice a lot of people were liking that. That's why I meant to tell you. That's why when I had said to you earlier, have an idea for a stream once a week. That's what I was referring to.
I like that idea.
I thought you would, because you're like me.
I
So I had to throw
love
that
the
idea out there.
paranormal stuff. Yeah, you should have came on Halloween night. We did tarot cards and dowsing rods and spirit box. So I think that we will do a spirit box, dowsing rods kind of thing.
I'm even willing to, like I said, when I can go find my Ouija board. I know a lot of people don't like the Ouija board, but it would still be probably good. You know, some people might want to see it. You know what I mean? We could like do something different each week. Like 1 week, Willa could do her. No, we can do it for about an hour or two. Because that way, you know, it gives chat chance to say stuff and things like that too.
Yeah.
Hi, Gemma. Even though I don't know you, hi. I did want to say hi to her earlier and I forgot. Brain's all messed up today.
Do you have a Ouija board?
Yes, I do.
I know, everybody's like, oh.
I was just
Well,
asking.
The Ouija board has saved my life 3 times. The first time was when it told me not to go when we were getting ready to go to the ice. We were getting ready to go ice skating. And it told us not to go. and it told us that there was going to be very big trouble if we went, and we wouldn't survive it.
What was the very
Well-
big trouble?
Turning around, we didn't go because my dad ended up having to work late. Turn around, and they found 2 dead bodies of young teenage girls in behind the skating rink in the dumpster.
Oh,
They had been
okay.
kidnapped, tormented, raped, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's an interesting take on it, because normally, yeah, everybody's like, they're bad, they let evil things in, and
Yeah. No, I've
Yeah.
had nothing but the save my life. That and the fact my dad didn't work. And if I wouldn't have been playing the Ouija board the one time, the Ouija board told us not to go. We were getting ready to go to the school the next day at 12 o'clock.
Mhm.
And because of the Ouija board, we were up late playing around with the Ouija board. And it told us not to go because there's a guy riding around in a Marco's Pizza. It wasn't a van. It was a station wagon. This tells you how old this was. It was a station wagon they were driving around in with big black garbage bags in the back, and told us that they were kidnapping people. That he was kidnapping people and putting them in those big black bags once they were deceased and burying them. Turn around the next day at 12 o'clock in the morning, we ended up just waking up when we were
Interesting,
already
Red.
supposed to be down there.
Mm-hmm.
We were already supposed to be down there, and we ended up being late because we were playing with the Ouija board all night, or most of the night. Well, as we walk out the door, there goes the Marco's Pizza guy with the big black bags in his trunk, or in the back of it. And then like 6 months later, they found a bunch of bodies, local kids' bodies, kids and teens, and some adult bodies as well. And there was a Marco's Pizza guy riding around in a station wagon, killing people.
Hmm.
It was all over the news. I can't find these articles. It makes me mad because I've looked for them time and time again.
Makes you want to order pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
It's like the B2K security alarm thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other time was when this was kind of ironic because we were supposed to go to the indoor amusement park. But we ended up not going because I ended up getting violently ill. I was throwing up. I was like running fevers, everything. So my dad ended up not going. The place ended up catching out. There was a fire and a bunch of people died.
Wow.
But it happened so long. This is what pisses me off. Before internet days, if it was before internet days, you can't find it nowhere on the internet anymore. And it makes me mad.
Mm.
It's like, are you serious?
It was really, really, really huge.
Well, those were big deals. I mean, the 2 kids found in a dumpster behind the skating rink.
It's probably
We're
still on the
all
internet. It's
kids
probably just a
now.
matter of what search engine you use and how you search for it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I would love to find those articles to prove it because they're there. Like, I know because my dad was about shit himself when he found out about the roller rink, ice skating rink. He about shit his pants because he was like, damn. Because my dad never, back then, he would just take us, drop us off, and then somebody would come pick us up, which meant we would have been standing out there. And that's what
Alone.
happened is the kids
Yeah.
were standing outside the ice skating rink.
Yeah.
And the guy come up and just kidnapped them from the ice skating rink.
We thought it was.
Yeah. And this was like the early 90s. I wasn't even that old, but
People got away with that stuff a lot back then. I mean, I'm sure they still do,
Mhm.
but now it's harder with all the cameras.
Yeah.
yeah, it was insane. And my dad didn't think nothing of it, you know. He just would. And even when we went to the skating rink, that's what he would do when we went ice or roller skating. He'd take us, drop us off, and come back and pick us up. But the bad thing is a lot of times it'd be late picking us up because my dad had narcolepsy, so he'd pass out on the couch,
ma'am.
and he'd be the only one home. So he wouldn't come pick us up, and we'd be standing outside for hours sometimes waiting on him to come, which we didn't care because we were having fun hanging out with our friends and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, it was a different time back then, like the
Mhm.
80s and early 90s. People were still very like, oh, it's cool, you know, it's good for you if you arrange parenting.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah. And then once you started getting more and more cameras and people realized all the stuff that was going on, it was nope.
Mm-hmm.
But about the indoor amusement park one, when it caught on fire, that was not on the news. But the 2 bodies found behind the ice skating rink were.
But if
on
you
the
gave
news,
me,
and the
if you
Marco's
gave
Pizza
me
guy.
like details in the area, I bet I could find articles on anything that you mentioned.
Hold on a second. Like, what kind of details do you need?
Well, if you want to give me the details like later when we're not in a live.
Right. I know. I'm working on doing
Yeah,
it.
no,
Without,
just like the area and like what was found or stuff like that. I'm sure I can find it somewhere. Like if it's out there, I can find it.
That'd be cool.
Shoot, I can't spell it. That sucks. Hold on a second. Let me do something.
I still have stuff from our last home that Jack doesn't want me to open. Like, I don't think a box is protecting you. He's like, don't open it. Probably throw away the one big mirror, but
I sent you a message. I'm hoping I'm spelling it correctly because it's a really.
oh, you sent me a
hard-
message.
Yeah, it's a really hard place to spell. Yes. It's fucked up.
Oh, okay.
It is. I don't know if you can make out what it says, but
Yeah. And if you can just DM me the other details of whatever it is you want me to find, then I can probably find it.
well, I would like to find the one about the roller arena, really, and it's in that state. I don't know, like roads, nothing like that. Like I can't remember. I never drove, so.
And it also used to just be hard to get attention for stuff like that back then. You know,
Mhm.
like
Well, yeah, that's
and
what I'm
things
saying.
weren't as preventative either. So
No.
yeah.
I'd like to find about both cases, and that first case is the one that it was 2 teens or 2 kids. I can't remember if they were kids or teens or 1 kid and 1 teen. Where
Mhm.
their bodies were found in the dumpster behind the skating rink, ice skating rink.
Well, they also used to just half the time say, "Well, we can't do anything until they do something."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I think that's considered an on. See, that might be another thing though too, with like that. Ray, shut up. He's
Hmm?
over here.
somebody got muted.
It's all good.
No, that was something that I didn't want out, and he was.
Oh, okay, yeah, because we're on live. Gotcha.
Yeah. That one there was an unsolved case. They never found out who actually did that to the kids and left them in the dumpsters.
Mm-hmm.
So that one may not be public because of the fact that it was an unsolved case. I know they never found the culprit of who did it. Because it didn't just happen at the roller or the ice skating rink. It did happen at the bowling alley, the roller skating rink, after, over time. It wasn't
Yeah.
just there. That was like the beginning of it. And they were never caught. So I don't know if that one's going to be released anywhere because the fact that it was never really talked about because they didn't want the person who was doing it to know that they were trying to find them type deal.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can think of it. So I don't know if that one, and that's what bothers me so bad, is because it's so hard to find these old cases like this because this is before the internet even existed. Heck, this is back when pagers just were
Well,
running.
the internet existed during pagers. It just wasn't the same internet.
Right, it was totally different.
Yeah.
It was meant for business.
Yeah.
It was government mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a police officer save me once when I was younger, but
Mm.
that's rare. Usually they're like, nothing is wrong. he literally, did I ever tell you about this? He literally hid.
Yeah. in
Like,
the
he
bush.
Yeah, he followed me around for 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And the guy that had been stalking disappeared. So then the cop disappeared, right? First of all, I got crap from people that, well, now it's sorry for language, hard time for people because it's social death when you're a teenager to have police follow you everywhere. Like, no one
Yeah.
wants to talk to
Yes.
you. It's just not
Yes.
cool. So, there was that, and it was like, well, if you really don't care about me getting murdered, I maybe don't want to hang out with you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we're attacked. Like, that's fine with me. Don't talk to me, whatever. So then the police officer just disappeared, and I was like, well, I guess we're done, and we're hoping he's not coming back, and he just gave up. So I was on my way one day, and I heard footsteps behind me, and then I heard him get louder, and you can hear in the fall when people's footsteps go in the
Yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
And so I started to move forward quickly and turn around, and because I heard one set of footsteps, then I heard shuffling, and I heard like another set of footsteps. So as I turned around, the guy was running up behind me, reaching like he was gonna grab me, and I guess the cop had come running out of the bushes, and he tackled him and threw him sideways, and I was like, okay.
Wow.
He was literally hiding. He was still following me around. He had hid his car, and he was just hiding, physically hiding and waiting.
Wow.
I was like, okay. And he caught the guy, and then, why is my phone recording me? Okay, random. And it's just, things like that. Like, most people don't go to that level of effort. And when he did catch the guy, he was like, there's something seriously wrong here. He was like, and it was also a matter of the police department said we can't do anything, but they said, when somebody's a predator, they typically pick certain territory or certain land because the law isn't the same. So if you cut through a park, someone can, it's a different, the county police can't touch you in a park. You have to have park police. That's why a lot of these predators hang out in parks. That's just. So when they originally called the county police, they said, well, we have to do something first. We can't do anything. And my parents were like, well, but it's not normal to follow someone like that and be that aggressive and literally come up to the door and try and get into their house and follow them around. That's got to be breaking laws.
Right.
And they're like, well, until he comes back and trespasses again, and they're like, well, that's not even right. This is just they just
that's how
got
you
bad
do it.
responses and answers. So then they're like, well, part of it is in a park, so they called the park police, and that's the guy that was just, and even outside of the park, he was just following me around, and then he's like, well, once we get to the park, and if it's not in the park, I'll just call someone else. But normally people don't go to that effort and do all that, That's a shame, but.
You want to hear
But that
something?
was back before they used to see everything,
Yeah.
I watched.
You guys want to hear something
too
creepy that
much
happened to
true
me?
crime stuff on YouTube. Yeah, so do I, Gemma.
I do too. Want to hear something really crazy? And this happened, it was the late 80s. We lived by a prison. It wasn't too far away from our house. And a guy who was in prison for murder escaped the prison.
Oh, God.
But we didn't live far, and we lived in a wooded area. And the cops come down the street, which I didn't think much about because our neighbor always had the cops over at her house because her husband was abusing her and her kids. So the cops were at her house all the time. So when they came and they went to her house, I didn't think nothing about it. But when they pulled out, when the sheriff pulled out of the driveway and started coming toward our house, I ran in the house and got my mom. Well, we're nosy little kids, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Me and my little sister are nosy as shit. So we hid behind the front door while my mom stood there and talked to the officer. And the officer told my mom, keep your kids in the house. We had someone who was a murderer. He killed so many people. I can't remember how many people he had killed. And he escaped from the prison. And he was last seen headed this way. So keep your kids in the house. So the cop leaves. My mom, it was just me, my mom, and my sister that night because my stepdad was at work. So we went around the house. We locked all the doors, shut all the windows, locked the windows, made sure that, nobody could get in. And then my mom decided to let us all sleep in her room that night. So she took the TV. We took the TV from downstairs, put it in her room so we could, lay there and watch TV to try to give us some kind of comfort.
Yeah.
My mom had these like lacy, back then they had these lacy curtains. There was no, like curtains that you like we have now. I mean, there was, but my mom liked the lacy ones, so she had lace curtains in her room, and she had 3 windows in her room. Well, when it became nighttime, as it was just getting dusk, it was like too dark. Like, it wasn't dark, but it was dark enough to where my mom did not want us going outside because you can't see far enough to see if somebody's coming up on you.
Mm-hmm.
I had remembered my stepdad was up on the roof a couple of days prior, and the ladder was outside laying next to the house. Well, I told my mom, I said, Mom, the ladder's outside. Ron used the ladder to get up on the roof to fix the roof or paint or whatever he was doing. I can't remember if he was painting or fixing the house. Or roof or something. I can't remember what. And my mom's like, it's okay. The ladder's in the weeds next to the house. We should be okay. We shouldn't have nothing to worry about. The next day, we get woke up to the sheriff's department banging on our door again, because this, like I said, this is way before, we had the things we have nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And he knocks on the door, banging on the door, whatever, and he tells my mom, okay, the coast is clear. You can let your kids out. He was found right over here at the chicken coop. Now, the chicken coop was not far at all from my house. It's like not even a minute walk from my house.
Wow.
But they found him in the chicken coop right next to my house. Well, we sat down, we ate breakfast, and then my mom was like, all right, you guys can go outside and play. It was summer day. So we're like, all right, yeah, good, let's go. Well, we go out the door, and we're walking around playing whatever, and I happen to notice the ladder is up against the house, right at the window.
Oh my God.
I was just going to say, uh-oh.
Thank God that there was an air conditioner in that window, and it was screwed. My stepdad had screwed it in because the way that the window frames were, they were so old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he was definitely trying, because you could see where he was tearing the wood off the frame that was holding the air conditioner. Like he was trying to pull the air conditioner out of the window.
Wow.
But because it was screwed to the frame itself, he couldn't do anything. But he was up in that window watching us for God knows how long.
God
and it was
damn.
a house full of girls.
Damn.
And
Yeah,
the older
that
windows
was-
used to be hard to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be like
Well-
2 thick panes of glass, and
That one, that house was bad. Like it wouldn't have taken him much to break the window. I think the only reason why he didn't break the window was because we would have heard it and woke up. And I think he thought he had an easy in because it was an air conditioner. He could just like push it in or pull it out the window and call it a day. But because it was literally screwed into the actual window frame itself, because he was afraid of it falling out of the window, he screwed it into the frame. That's the only thing that saved our lives that night. Or at least saved us from having God knows what happened to us. Because like I said, he was in prison for killing and raping and murdered, the whole 9 yards. And he murdered more than one person. And he was a bad person. Yeah. Like, it was crazy. Like, that's one thing I never forgot, because I remember
Oh my God,
being
Gemma.
so scared when I walked around that house. It was the one thing I remember being scared to death, was in that ladder up there on the house.
Mhm.
And it was a 5-story house too, and we were on the 3rd story. But the ladder was a huge, tall ladder because he uses it to get up on the roof and stuff. It was actually our landlord's ladder.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was insane. So, but nowadays, things are a lot different. And what scares me is I live real close to a prison even now to this day. Actually, I live closer to one now than what I did when I was growing up. I can sit here and tell you some really crazy stories.
Yeah, I think that's why real estate's usually cheaper closer to the prisons.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, there's areas, closer
That's
to the
crazy,
cities where it
Gemma.
just doesn't matter and it's expensive anyway, but yeah, you always run that risk.
Yeah, and it's a risk we like. But we have to trust them, because we can't help it. There's got to be prisons to hold the bad people, so we're gonna have to deal with it. Unfortunately,
Hmm.
it sucks though.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, I've had a cat talk to me. And the creepy part about it is it was an all black cat.
Oh,
And it
but
wasn't just
talk to
me
you?
that heard it. There were 4 of us.
It talk to you? Like talk?
Yeah, like told us don't go.
Hmm.
It scared us so bad we ran the other way. And you remember how many I was telling you there was an abandoned chicken coop down that where they found that guy at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we didn't go because there was a group of teenagers that were down there, and they took and there was these big wash tubs where they used to I don't know what they used to do in those wash tubs because it was a chicken place. Like they would, slaughter chickens and house chickens, and they had these big wash tubs that sat outside, and how did it go? The cat told us not to go. We all freaked out and ran.
So do you think maybe the cat talking was actually just like a spirit guide or something? I mean, it sounded like it was coming from the cat.
It could have been. And what's weird is the cat wasn't, I don't think the cat was any of our cats. Like it was just a random cat that was running around out there.
Like maybe
in the
it
woods,
startled it
random.
into your path and then
It could have.
rooted something out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how all that stuff works, but I'm always trying to figure out like what might have caused something odd.
There was a group of teenagers that were killing animals, possums, cats, dogs, random animals, and they were putting them in the wash tubs. And if we would have went back there was a good chance we could have ran into them and they could have done something to us for catching them while doing this. And it was quite crazy. I always seen when we were back in those woods, because those woods were pretty cool. My house was surrounded by woods. There was woods in the front, woods in the side, and woods behind my house. But the ones behind my house were there was a cornfield and there was woods. Those woods I did not like. But the one on the side and in the front, I felt okay with. But I would always see what looked to be like little creatures running around in those woods. What?
Little creatures?
Oh, heaven no. Yeah,
Like
they were
dark
almost like
figures or
no, they were almost like little gnomes and little fairies.
Could have been the Fae.
It was weird because we would catch them running all the time.
they seem to come out of the trees or out of the ground.
There were these stones that were back there. It looked like old remnants of a house. And there was even what looked to be headstones, but they could be stones from the houses, to be honest with you. And there was little holes and stuff in the ground by them, and they would come out of there. They come out of little holes. It was so creepy.
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
forgot
sound
about
good.
those. But whatever they were, they made me feel happy. Never sad or upset or depressed or
Huh.
scared. Always felt
Then I'm always second guessing things, so I'm wondering if maybe that was an effect where they trick you and then they get you.
right.
Right.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Yay! Oops.
But I, Autumn, you weren't here the other day. I've seen stuff my whole life, heard things my whole life. One of the things is even to this day, I'll be sitting here and the kids think I'm fucking nuts because I'll be sitting here and I'll hear somebody talking, but yet nobody will be here. Or I'll look at the kids and say, "What'd you say?" And they're like, "Nothing. Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I'll just
Well, I told
shut
you
up
we
because I
had
hear something.
issues before, and we weren't sure where it was coming from and what was going on. And yeah, I mean, I had a lot of people say, "Well, maybe you're having some trouble," and then they
Right.
witnessed something and they were like, "Okay, what the hell?" And I was like, "Yeah, so it's not just me, you see."
Right. No,
that's
it's not.
We were sleeping one night and the light over top of us just flicked on really loud, and it sounded like 10 people in the room whispering loudly.
Yeah. See,
And
that's
2 or
what-
3 in the morning. And Jack woke up and he's like, "What the?" And I was like, the switch is over there, the remote is over there. I have no way of turning the light on. No one's gotten up. I did. He's like, "What did you do?" I was like, "What do you mean, what did I do?" He's like, did you talk to someone? He's like, you must have bad connections with people because you're letting weird stuff in. I'm like, why is it my fault? Like,
Nah.
Right. That's
you
fucked up.
went up to go to another state to live in a very old historic building, and you're coming back here back and forth, and you're blaming me. Like, there's
Yeah,
other
that's really
options
crazy.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But he's like, that's not normal. I'm like, I've been trying to tell you stuff has not been normal, and you're not listening to me. But like stuff like that happens, and it's upsetting. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so there's more than one person noticing that. So
Right.
me. But then,
That's
some
what I'm
people are
saying.
still trying to figure out, like, if the wiring is off and that's what caused the light to go off and that's what caused you to hallucinate that you're hearing things. But it's like if two people are hearing something, it's
Right. And seeing the same shit.
like, yeah.
That's like
So-
every paranormal experience I've had except for one. The one's really fucked up though. All of them were witnessed by several people. It wasn't just me. So I know it. Like I said, when the cat spoke to us, there was 4 of us there.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like it was just me. It was 4 of us that were there. When we had what I figured to be the Bigfoot, with seeing the Bigfoot, it wasn't just me.
Kitties.
But there is one. There was one that happened where it was just me. But not really, because they had been seeing and hearing this shit before I came along.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I witnessed it by myself the one time, doesn't mean shit, because they've already had been witnessing and seeing and hearing this shit go on before I came along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Shan did a tarot card reading for me, and it put a lot of it, because I thought I was crazy, because I always feel like I'm being watched.
Mhm.
Day, night, whatever. I feel like I'm being watched a lot, and I get talked to, and I see things and stuff like that. And I always thought that I was just, like losing my mind or some shit, But when Shan did the cards, Shan, what was that card?
Invisibility.
Yeah, explain what that means. 'Cause I can't remember exactly.
Basically, you're able to see things that people aren't, that can't, things that are hidden or come to light to you, stuff like that, like
Right.
things
And
that are
I'm not the
usually
only one-
hidden are not hidden for you.
Right. And I'm not the only one who got that card. And it's kind of funny that me and
Yeah.
April both got that card,
Both
because
got that
April is a sensitive. She
Mhm.
isn't that what that's considered to be?
Yeah.
Shan, a sensitive? Yeah.
Yep.
And it was weird because both of us ended up getting it. And then that night, after everything was said and done, Nick asked a question to April. And I almost cried because I felt the emotion of the person that he was trying to talk to. And I literally, I was tearing up and everything. And they could tell in my voice I was ready to cry for no
Mhm.
reason. And the person that he was trying to communicate with gave me the answer. But yet he asked that question to April. And April and I both felt it. Like we knew. It was so weird.
Yeah.
It really was. And I'm like, I don't know why, but it came to me.
Yeah. I don't really pick up on other people's feelings that much. I just sometimes.
Well,
if
this
something's
is a person
wrong,
who
I-
was passed
Oh yeah, no,
on.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying I hear things.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
something is off, but I don't like. If you're really upset and you're on mute, I'm not gonna know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Like,
Unless something like there has been instances where somebody is on mute and they're really upset, and I'll go into another room and I'll hear something weird talking about someone else here,
Wow.
right.
and then and then later they get upset, and it's only happened like 3 times with our calls.
Wow.
It's spot on, and that always freaks me out. But if you're just on mute and nothing says anything and you're upset, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Can't, like, if you're upset, I don't get upset. Like, if I'm in the room with you, I'll pick up on it. But if it's, if you're far away or something and I can't hear you or see you, I'm not gonna know.
Yeah.
I've only been upset, I think, like once on the call. Mad or irritated a couple times, but upset only once. And Autumn, you weren't even there when I was upset.
But I also sometimes I listen to like your voice and how your voice changes, or how much you're talking or how much you're not talking, to tell if somebody's upset or not. Like stuff like that. I don't rely
Yeah.
on. I have a sense of whatever. Like that's not my thing.
Right.
I have to
And,
listen
well-
to, and I could even give you an example right now, but I can't because we're live.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Well,
yeah. Can you mute for 5 seconds?
Sure. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I know what you mean, Autumn.
Yes,
As
spooky
long as you-
belief.
And we're
yeah,
back.
that's my thing.
Hey.
But yeah, it sucks though, having to feel what they feel when it comes to spirits and stuff. It's bad. I'm a very sensitive person when it comes to the spiritual world. That's the only thing I can think of is that I'm really sensitive to that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Because they choose to come talk to me a lot. I had something demonic follow me one time, and it was actually literally giving me nightmares like on a daily basis until my friend, who was a high priest, turned around and got rid of it for me because I couldn't get rid of it.
Mm.
You weren't there when I was telling everybody about that the
Yeah,
other day.
I just moved. That was my solution.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but the question is you pay attention because it could be following you.
You're not making me feel better.
Well, it's not
know,
that I'm not.
And the first day living somewhere else, and we moved again since then. The first day living somewhere else, we were all sitting there having lunch, and some woman started talking over top of everybody, and his dad was like, "Hello, who was that?"
Oh,
Yeah, it's just, and it wasn't anything that I heard before. I think it was just something with there that had nothing
Yeah,
to do with me.
that-
But it
my-
was,
my-
but he doesn't even believe in that stuff. But everybody automatically went to me because I've had issues before, and they were like, "Well, it must have something to do with you." No.
well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
The reason why I said watch because
Thank you, Papa Bear.
when your significant other, your husband, goes off to work, and you say that he works at some pretty creepy places, some old places, things like that.
No,
Um,
he was in New York for a while, and he
Yes,
lived in an old building right off Times Square.
Okay, but the question about that is when he came home, did he bring anything home with him for you, like a gift? For instance?
No, but he thinks it's something that my mom gave me from my grandmother's house, that because the issue started right about then, so he thinks that's what it is. And then he took it and put it in storage, and then it wasn't quite as bad, but now it's back in the house, and he's telling me I can't take it out of the box.
Because I think it's something from where he was staying. I don't, because if it was, unless it's something that was attached to the item that your grandparent had prior to them passing away. Because I'll tell you what, whatever it is that's messing.
Their house had really bad issues. I think it was built on top of a graveyard, so
Oh,
it had a whole
it's
lot of
almost
really bad issues, and it just had a whole lot of stuff there that was upset. It was the first, like, those were the first experiences I had that I couldn't explain, and there was just stuff there that was very not happy with people. There was also like the fact that as a kid I was like, the two places in the house that bother me are, because my dad's like, "What upsets you?" And I said, "The bathroom and the study." And he made a face, and his eyes got huge, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "The bathroom, there's always somebody in the bathroom, and then there's something that like moves around, and like it follows you around the study, like something over you." Because there would be like ice cold drifts in the room, and it was just, you felt like you were being watched the whole time, right? Like someone is just in there with you.
Yeah.
Like all of us would literally dart in and out of the room really fast. And he's like, "Why are you all, like, all the kids would do that?" And he's like, "Why are you all doing that?" I'm like, "Because there's something in there."
It just
And
didn't feel comfortable.
he's like, "Well, my aunt collapsed and died in that bathroom." There are a whole bunch of bathrooms in the house. The one I
Wow.
picked. She collapsed and she died on the floor in the bathroom, and I tried to give her CPR, but I couldn't save her.
Wow.
And he said the study is where my great grandmother, that was actually her bedroom, because it was easier to like tend to her during the day, so they kept her on the main floor of the house. That was her bedroom. She died in there.
That's crazy.
Oh,
And then I said the worst was the yard and the basement. And he's like, "Well, now you're just being a paranoid kid." But then they went back in the land records and they realized that there was a graveyard there, and they put houses on top of the graveyard.
That's weird that you said basement.
Yeah.
Because you know what, the first thing that came to me when you said that there was, certain parts of the house that bothered you, one of the very first things that came up in my head, and it wasn't like, "Oh yeah, I just thought this." It's almost like something tells me, because it said basement and bathroom was exactly what I had heard.
Yeah.
And it's weird because you said both.
Yeah. Well, it was also the study though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't hear that one.
But those were
But-
but those were relatives. Those were just with you. What was downstairs or on the land was upset.
Yeah.
Like it was a different
Right.
feeling. You know what I mean? You get the feeling like we don't want you here.
Mhm.
It was mainly the basement. There was something going on with the basement.
Like they had a conversation about whether or not the house was haunted, and my uncle started to loudly argue, like that's just not a thing. It doesn't exist. I'm not
Oh,
buying
that's
into that
crap.
nonsense. So when the cabinets start opening and slamming shut in the middle of the conversation,
Mm.
you know what I mean? Like before someone
Yeah.
dies, the knobs would flip and start turning, and like doors would open. Like the house just was weird.
Mhm.
And it had one of those vibes where you were like, you could be sunny and a beautiful day outside. And the minute you walk in the house, you were like, "Eh." But it was a big,
Mm.
nice house. It was just like, it just didn't feel right. So
Right.
that's why when she passed away and they were like, we have to buy it. And I was like, no.
Mhm.
There
Not a
was
good
something bad in that basement. I don't know what, but there was something bad in that basement. Because that's what keeps coming up, and I'm starting to get this overwhelming sensation of dread. So something was bad in the basement of the house.
I mean,
It
if
was
I had,
probably
if I
an
had a grave and
elemental.
somebody built
Is it
something
a
on top of
vase
it, I'd be
that you
upset
have?
too.
Is it either a vase or something that's made out of clay that you have? That
Ceramic.
clay, ceramic. Aren't they the same thing?
I think so.
Yeah, it is not. If it's not a vase, it's not an urn.
No, it's not that.
Okay, because I was like, please say it's not an urn. But it has a lid on it, doesn't it?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
Then there's something that was in that basement that was made of ceramic that had a lid and resembles kind of like an urn, but it wasn't an urn. It was somewhere in that basement. That's what I'm picking up on. I keep picking up and it keeps bringing me back to that basement for some reason.
Yeah,
I
I
have
don't know.
never.
We played
Huh.
hide and seek one time, and I think I went into a storage room in the basement. Off to the side of the basement, it was a big basement, and I heard other people talking, and I thought that my other cousins were hiding in the room with me, and then I heard something angry start talking and telling them to shut up, and I realized something was strange and wrong. So I ran out of at first I was frozen in fear, and then I ran out, went all the way upstairs, and everybody was in front of this big picture window staring at this bird. Like everybody. When I say everybody, I have, you have like more than 10 cousins and like a whole bunch of relatives, and they're all gathered around this window staring at some bird outside. And I'm like, who was just in the basement with me? And they're all like,
Yeah,
nobody. And I'm like, okay.
that's yeah.
That's
Okay,
freaky.
We'll see you when you come back. Yeah, but yeah, that was my first experience in actually hearing something. And then I
god, my pussy! Alright, guys.
And then I just did it again for a long time. So I was like, it must have just been my ears playing tricks on me. But I don't know.
Oh.
But that was storage. Yeah, he said he was gonna come right back.
Oh, okay.
But that was a storage room. So maybe it was something in there. Figure something out. I don't know.
It's hard though because here's the thing, there was 4 of us in this call,
Mm-hmm.
so I could be picking up on anybody.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think
that's the
anybody
crummy
was
part.
cremated though.
It
my
wasn't
family.
nothing. It looked like an urn. It wasn't necessarily an urn. It could have been something that they had back in the day to hold spices or herbs or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be an urn.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Yo,
hello, Joker.
Hey,
Hey, boss man.
we're live.
hello. What's up? How's everybody?
Not
Then I'm
much.
just
All
like,
right.
How about you?
Whew. That's all I gotta say about it.
Mm.
No. Is that a good oof or a bad oof? Or a
Mm.
crazy oof?
It's an oof.
Okay,
Oof.
gotcha.
It's
sound from you, okay?
it's an exhausted oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna end my stream because it's been over 2 hours. So, yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye guys. See you tomorrow.